What's up, Wolfpack fam? It's your boy Kid back at it again. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be continuing the Thin Blue Line with my man Rowan Atkinson and the rest of the gang. This episode is going to be called Kids Today. Let me make sure. Kids Today. So this is going to be episode 6. Oh man, we going through these like hotcakes. So without further ado, go grab your snacks, go get your drink, and let's get this party started. Let's do it. Snacks not included. Let's get it, boys and girls. Let's enjoy the next episode from the Thin Blue Line. Do 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 do. Get it.
Good afternoon. Carry on. Sit down, sit down. Now then, everybody, I have exciting news. Exciting news indeed. Gasforth has been selected to host the next sub-district regional police conference. Yes, I thought you'd be excited. When I read the letter this morning, I nearly had to have another cup of tea. We are to have an opportunity to put our views to a Deputy Assistant Under Secretary of State to the Cabinet. A man who has the ear of a man who has the ear of the man who has a foot in the Home Office.
That's me completely now, sir.
We are just 2 ears and a foot from the Home Secretary. We must not waste this chance to place the issues that really count right at the heart of government.
You're absolutely right, sir. Let's ask the old git for a pay rise.
There are some of us, Constable Habib, who believe that there is more to policing than the weekly stipend.
Yes, like being able to drive through red lights when you feel like it.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon.
And really cool riot gear like they have on Robocop. And tear gas. I had to go with that once. It was brilliant. Except you have to check which way the wind is blowing, because I've forgotten it didn't have sting.
Goody.
Telling me what those long truncheons they have on NYPD Blue.
Don't be absurd, Constable. Those telegraph poles that American officers carry are just so much macho posturing. The traditional truncheon is perfectly adequate. Personally, I've always felt more than satisfied with 14 inches hanging down inside my trousers.
That's it.
Have I said something amusing, Constable? Have you?
No, sir.
Then you will oblige me by wiping that silly grin off your face. Anyway, the subject of the conference is rather specific. We have been asked to prepare an initiative on an aspect of juvenile crime. So what do you think it should be? Truancy? Taken without consent? The scourge of graffiti?
I don't see graffiti as a scourge, sir. I see it as a new urban art form.
Yeah.
Have you run mad, Constable?
No, I'm serious, sir. Isn't it just a vibrant and contemporary form of youth expression?
No, it's a bunch of nasty little yobs scribbling on walls.
I blame these awful fridge magnets.
Fridge magnets?
Yes, and for those of us who are conducting this briefing on Earth,
I've seen it at my niece's house. Every time her toddler does a nasty little scribble, it gets stuck up on the fridge.
yeah.
And everyone has to say how nice it is. So young people grow up thinking that their stupid scribblings are somehow wonderful. So they carry on scribbling, forever searching for that warm glow of appreciation that they used to feel when standing round the fridge.
Yes, and that completes this week's training session for the Gasforth Police Synchronized Idiots team. Perhaps we could return to the subject of juvenile crime.
I think the first step is to stop seeing these kids as nothing but criminal thugs, sir.
And what other description might one find for those who vandalize property, steal cars, and instruct me whenever I venture out in my helmet to remove the cold tit from my head?
These kids are bored. We've got to provide them with some meaning in their lives.
Well, yes, Constable Habib. In fact, I was thinking along similar lines. What do you suggest we do to bring about this sense of moral renewal?
Well, we need real jobs, decent housing. We need long-term investment in the urban social infrastructure.
Guess I was thinking more along the lines of a short camping trip.
Yeah.
A camping trip? A bleeding camping trip? Blimey!
Am I to take it that you do not approve of my proposed initiative?
Yes, you may take it, Raymond, and you may shove it up your truncheon pouch. Society is collapsing round our ears, and Baden Powell here calls for a chorus of Gingangoolies.
Gingangooli.
What?
The ghoulies are singular. The song you refer to goes Gingangooli, gooly, 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 watcher, Gingangooli, Gingangooli.
We are discussing youth crime, which will not be solved by shoving a sausage on a stick and whistling Kumbaya. It's war out there, mate, war, and the bleeding kids are winning.
It's not war, Derek, or anything of the sort. The vast majority of young people are law-abiding citizens. I admit we don't like them. But if it were illegal to be sex-mad, tone-deaf, and impossible to understand, we should have to arrest the entire population of France.
Wow.
Our problem is the tiny minority of repeat offenders.
Exactly, and what they need is a short, sharp shot, mate, not having their coddles mollied.
I have no intention of mollying anyone. What I'm proposing is tough, demanding, but ultimately rewarding physical endeavour. There is a course for probationary young offenders run by Brigadier Blaster Sump.
Blaster Sump, that loony.
I admit he's eccentric.
Eccentric? The bloke tried to be the first man to reach the South Pole in short trousers. Look, I'm not having you disgracing this station with a load of wishy-washy diddums half-cock up your social worker, foldy-roll, blame it on society, psycho, sicko, socio, clap-trap, crap.
Damn.
Well, at least I'm doing something.
He's trying.
What are you doing? Nothing. Where's your passion? Your commitment? You know what your trouble is, don't you? You've no bottom, man.
Did you just call me a man with no bottom?
Yes, I did.
Fighting
Apart,
words.
Of course, from the one you used to communicate with.
Right. Well, I'll show you who's got the bigger bottom round this station. CID are going to make a presentation. I'll show the conference what you do with juvenile offenders. You nick them, you lock them up, and you throw away the door. I mean the key. You throw away the key.
Ay, ay, ay.
Right, sir, let's see your driving license.
Do you have any idea who my father is?
I'm afraid I can't help you on that one, sir. Have you tried asking your mother?
Got him.
What do you reckon, sir? I see.
Very nice, very ravey.
Hey.
The effort, haven't you, sir?
Yes, you have, Craig. Because this is a very important operation. Now, it's my arse, and if you stuff it, I'm going to end up very red in the face.
Stuff it.
Now, the kids in this squat are the nastiest little gits in the neighbourhood, are they?
All repeat offenders, sir.
Right. All we have to do is catch them at it. Now, it's undercover operation, constables, very sensitive stuff. Now, I'm a van driver, as you can see. You two will have to play the part of brain-dead juvenile morons. I'd probably be better off using some of Fowler's lot. Craig?
Yeah.
I said a good one. I said I'd probably be better off...
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brilliant, sir. Try not to be too hilarious. I've only got one pair of these trousers.
Well, anyway. Down to business. I'll show the sub-district regional police conference what sort of kids the modern copper has to face. Nothing but villains and hooligans, the lot of them.
Do you know what? There's only one way to deal with it. You put the maternity hospitals inside the juvenile detention centres.
What? Out of the mum and into the cell.
Yeah.
That's a very good idea, Craig. I may suggest that to the Home Secretary.
I'm really looking forward to going on this camping trip, you know. Really getting back to basics. I always think that food tastes so much better if you have to open the tins yourself. Oh, yes. It'll be good getting right back to nature and living life in the raw.
You're not thinking of taking your clothes off, are you, Kevin?
As if. My mother would do her raping Nana.
Oh, good, good. Because I always saw that naturism is a very dangerous idea. I mean, it would only take one short-sighted squirrel.
Well, squirrels is all we're likely to see on this camping trip. Do you know, I wish there was still proper, dangerous wild animals. Then I could save Constable Habib from one, and she'd fall in love with me.
Well, lots of women are scared of spiders. Maybe Maggie is. If I put one in her tent, maybe you could save her from it.
Yes, that's quite a good plan. But the only problem is that I wouldn't go within 5 million miles of any tent that had a spider.
Same. I'm scared, man.
More social reports on juvenile repeat offenders, sir. Mostly connected with drugs and alcohol.
Great curried dumplings. It really is very depressing, isn't it? I just want to show a few youngsters that innocent pastimes can be fun, too.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I didn't need drink and drugs to have a good time when I was their age. I had Meccano.
Wow.
Ecstasy? I'll tell you what ecstasy is. Completing a scale model of the fourth bridge. That's what ecstasy is. It makes me sad to see these children today with their drugs and sex and music. They'll never know the joy a young lad can have sitting alone in his room with his tool in his hand,
Yeah, his hand.
tightening his little nuts.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got a cough coming on there, Constable.
Yeah, wax on, wax off.
Listen to them. Ruddy morons. High on ecstasy, no doubt.
Yeah, well, if that girl's on ecstasy, she should ask for her money back.
I've done it best.
I told you it'd be easy.
It's the most terrible thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Yeah, it's horrible. Did you give me facts?
Right, you two, this is it. Let's hear your inane giggles. Not bad. We'll make detectives of you yet. Go on then. Go and do your stuff.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, what's happening, man? Nice one. Yeah, happening. Sounds like a banging good rave. Yeah, got any E? I want to score.
Log off, copper.
They suck.
Some kids kicked over our bins, Pat. I was clearing it up a bit and I found this.
You shouldn't have picked it up. It could be a bomb.
Well, if it is, it's a stink bomb.
Oh, shit.
The social services are coming to take her to hospital in about half an hour.
No hurry.
Uh-oh.
How could somebody just dump their baby like that? She's so beautiful.
She's ugly, Pat. Newborn babies are. They're like prunes. They get nice, they start ugly.
Well, how would you look after you'd spent 9 months in somebody's stomach?
That's true, that's true.
True.
I've seen things that haven't spent more than 5 minutes in my stomach. You know, I wouldn't want to go wheeling them round Tesco's in a pram.
Habib, it's all hands to the pumps. There's been a disturbance at the Britannia Social Club. Some kind of right-wing meeting has developed into an affray.
Oh, if it splashes, sir, am I the best person to go? I might provoke things.
What do you mean?
Well, sir, I'm Asian.
I don't care if you've just beamed down from Venus, Constable. You are a police officer, and we recognize only one colour, that of the thin blue line.
Oh, for God's sake, Raymond, don't be such a pompous git.
As a matter of fact, I did not hear that.
I said don't be such a pompous git!
Love her.
Now look, you've upset baby.
Right. Keep the noise down or I will lose my temper. Into the cells.
No, not next Christmas.
Paddy cow, get back to frigging Curryland. You ain't fit enough to lick English boots.
Holy shit.
It's all right, Kevin.
I said she's a black tart and she should go back to the jungle.
Oh, shit. What a wuss.
Oh, no. You shouldn't have done that, Kevin. But thanks.
Episode is real. Standing up for his woman.
Is she? Well, I expect that'll just be wind. When I had her, I found that just rubbing her back and the tiniest drop of Calpol on her dummy and she'd go down. Well, yes, I know I only had her for 3/4 of an hour, but... Well, anyway, just make sure she's not sleeping on her tummy. And... Goodbye.
Do you want to know something?
No.
10 years from now, there won't be a woman on the force. And do you know why? Women's lib.
Oh, yeah? And how'd you work that out, then?
Women have babies, right? But you can't sack them. Because if you do, bosh, 200 grand compensation.
I don't see why a woman should lose her job for performing an essential function of existence.
That's fine. Except your average villain objects to being interviewed by a copper with leaky nipples. Catch-22, innit? Can't do the job, can't be sacked. Answer, don't take him on in the first place.
Not all women want babies anyway.
All women want babies. They say they don't, then bang, they turn 30 and suddenly it's, quick, put a bun in the oven before my gas runs out.
You are such a Neanderthal.
Eh?
Pat, you're in your 30s. You aren't desperate for a child, are you?
No, not at all. Not desperate. You have to remember the restrictions babies bring. The sleepless nights. The sick all over everything. The fat little cheeks you just want to gobble up. The laughs, the smiles.
Oh, she
Take it or
wants.
leave it.
Habib, you and Goody in my office now.
Oh, shit.
Constable Goody, I've received a very serious complaint. Did you punch a handcuffed 15-year-old boy last night while taking him to the cells?
He was defending me, sir.
He was defending you, Constable Habib. Oh, I see. And exactly what threat did this securely handcuffed juvenile pose? Was he threatening to wither you with a glance?
He was using racist abuse, sir.
The boy has swastikas tattooed on his arms. What did you expect him to do? Give you a chorus of ebony and ivory? You fool, Goody, you bloody fool! Suppose the lad had sustained brain damage.
Huh? How would we tell?
Don't you dare be facetious with me, young woman.
True.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm afraid we're a long way past sorry, Constable. You have created an appallingly serious situation. I'm going to have to charge you with assault.
Sir, you can't.
Did Goody hit the boy, Constable Habib?
Yes, sir.
Was Goody or anyone else in any physical danger at the time?
No, sir.
Under the circumstances, then, what do you consider to be my duty?
You could issue a severe reprimand, sir.
I'm afraid I do not have that option, Constable.
Damn.
The boy's mother is pressing charges. Constable Goody, you will continue with your duties, pending an investigation for unprovoked assault.
Yes, sir.
That will be all.
These boots are killing me.
You should have stuffed them with damp newspaper and leave overnight.
Good. Carry on. Marvelous.
Shit.
Well, Sergeant, we're off. It is a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done. We shall drive to the squat, collect a minibus full of miscreants, and escort them along the rocky path to the straight and narrow.
Yes, Raymond. And perhaps next weekend you could take the Arabs and the Israelis to Chessington Zoo for the day.
Dear, oh dear. Deep, deep, deep. Dob, dob, dob. Lovely legs, Raymond. You watch out for those sheep. They'll nibble your toggle, mate.
Are you sure I can't persuade you to come, Derek?
I'm a policeman, not a bleeding girl guide, Raymond. Besides, I'm rather busy tonight. While you fanny about rewarding young offenders, I shall be nicking a few. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Fanny about. It's a sting.
They've had long enough. Clay, give it some mallet.
They're out, man. Some of your lot have taken them camping.
Fowler has nicked my villains.
Sucker.
My name's Blaster Sump, damn you. Now, you play a straight bat with me, and you find we'll rub along pretty well together. Use a bent bat, however, a wobbly bat, A bat with a hole in it and bits sticking out of the end. And by thunder, I'll crush your young testicles beneath the hard granite of the Mull of Ben Craggy.
And those of the party who are not equipped with testicles?
The victims of tragic accidents, you mean?
No, I mean girls.
Fortunately, I've never been called upon to discipline a girl. No, quite the other way round, as a matter of fact. Oh, hell's tits. Yes? Brigadier Blaster Sump, damn you, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
God damn.
Technology. The present from Mrs. Blaster Sump, God rot her vicious soul. I told her. I said, you want to buy me something useful? Then give me a big stick with a nail in the end and somebody who deserves a damn good thrashing.
Scaring me.
Now, here's your gear. You'll find everything you could possibly need, from lavatory paper to sandpaper. Don't confuse the two. I did myself once. Not a wholly unpleasant experience, but then I went to Charterhouse. Right. Well, I think that's everything. Let's get up that mountain like a ferret up a trouser leg, huh?
Brigadier Blaster Sump.
Yes, young lady?
I am a trained orienteer, as are two of my officers. We wish only to use your equipment.
Damn you, you bitch! Are you telling me I'm off the team?
Reluctantly, sir, yes.
No, well, probably just as well. I like to sleep naked when I'm out of doors. I don't want you young ladies getting all flushed and dampened, do we? It's not that I cut quite such a dash as I used to since that savage encounter with a short-sighted squirrel. All right, then, off you go, and last one to the summits of Euro-Federalist.
He
Go
says,
on! Go away with you! Damn you!
that's scary.
No. When I was a Boy Scout back in Trinidad, they taught us how to light a fire with a stick and a piece of string. I could never understand why, because I found it a lot easier to use matches.
Hell yeah.
Well, long walk tomorrow. Best turn in. Great heavenly chestnuts, my sleeping bag will be a welcome sight tonight.
The joy.
Unless, of course, I can interest anyone in a chorus or two of Gingang Gully Gully.
Sir, Natalie's disappeared.
Disappeared? Freak?
Nothing at all, sir. She's vanished.
What on earth could have moved the girl to abscond like that? One wrong step in the dark and she could fall to her death.
Inspector Fowler, we found her.
This is your fault, Baz. You made me do it.
Do what? Tell me what this nonsense is all about, boy, or by thunder you live to regret it.
It's the baby. I told her to get rid of it. So the silly cow dumped it by some rubbish outside your nick. She reckons it got thrown away. She reckons she killed it. I say, so what? Who cares? It probably weren't mine anyway.
Why, you little...
Almost.
Natalie. I found your baby.
You found her?
Yeah, she's all right. She's in hospital. You didn't kill her.
I didn't mean it. I do love her.
Well, I think it's time we all got some rest. As you go to sleep, I want you to think hard about the lessons learned today. Think about turning over a new leaf. Will you do that?
Yes, Inspector Fowler.
Good night.
Change your ways.
Oh, bugger.
Oh, shit. They gone.
Habib, that is enough! I cannot drop the charges against Constable Goody. The boy's mother is here now. There is nothing I can do about it.
I bet you could do something about it if you really wanted to.
Don't be insubordinate, Constable.
But you don't want to, because you think he should be charged. And why? Because the precise letter of the law is more important to you than justice. Oh, you understand what Kevin did. You nearly slapped that thug on the mountain.
And had I done so, I would expect to face the consequences. We do not have a choice in this matter. The police cannot choose when and when not to enforce the law. If we do that, how can we expect the public ever to trust us? If I could see a way out of this, believe me, I'd take it. But I can't. Ah, come in. Please. Sit down. Now then, Mrs. Bludger. You have brought charges of assault against one of my officers.
Where's the thug that hit my defenceless boy? Little Geoffrey here could have been permanently brain damaged.
Possibly.
Here it is.
I cannot imagine how he would tell. I want to know from the lad himself exactly what happened.
I ain't talking to no couple without my lawyer.
You bleeding well talk to him or I'll beat you over from the pub!
Good for him. Wuss.
Mrs. Bludger, are you aware of the European law regarding the treatment of minors?
Right?
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Ignorance is no defense. I'm arresting you for assaulting your child.
Do what?
On the other hand, of course, we could forget the whole thing. Well, I hope you learnt your lesson, laddie.
Yes, I have, sir. Thank you for asking.
Held out.
Of all the juveniles in Gaspeth, and you have to pinch mine! We worked damn hard on that, Paul. Didn't we, Craig?
What?
Now I've got nothing to present to the Deputy Assistant Under-Secretary at the Sub-District Regional Conference.
Well, Derek, I've been thinking.
Oh, God save us.
The conference is about youth. Who better to discuss it than youthful coppers? You have a story to tell, Constable Goody. Perhaps conference should hear it.
Yes, sir. I think it should. What story would that be?
I knew it. Felt it. He's so cool.
Couldn't believe the crush at the checkout. I was in the 6 items or less queue, and the woman in front of me had some special offer toothpaste, a big tube with a little one sellotaped on for free. Well, that's 2 items, isn't it? It's brought it up to 7. 7 items in the 6 items queue. I cannot stand that sort of thing.
Jesus.
You're right not to. That type of antisocial behavior corrupts the entire system. I hope you said something.
I very nearly said something.
Well, you should have said something.
I was going to say something. But then I saw these on a promotional stand by the till. I just couldn't resist them. What do you think?
I don't think they'll fit you.
True. I got them, really. It's just they were on special and it seemed silly not to.
And I suppose now we've got the socks and everything, it'd be silly not to have a baby.
Well, I have to think about these things. I'm not getting any younger.
Nobody gets any younger, Patricia. With the possible exception of Joan Collins. It's just a fact of life.
It's all very well for you. You've been married. You've had a child.
Yes, and he's the best argument I can think of for not having another. Besides which, we haven't got time to start a family. Ours is not an occupation one can walk away from at the end of the day. I'm a police officer. You're a police officer.
I am also a woman.
I know that, Patricia. But you must get a grip. There is no place in the Queen's uniform for ill-disciplined hormones. You do realise, Patricia, that if you hit me with that halibut, you lay yourself open to charges of assault.
Shut
Give
it.
me the fish, Patricia.
Hit him.
Give me the fish.
Yes. Such a trap.
You may think yourself lucky that we're not having a leg of lamb for supper tonight. Or this whole incident could have been much more
Let's go. God, man. Another enjoyable episode. Yeah, you know, already know my habit. Okay. So, guys, give me 1 sec. We're going full screen. You already know the drill. Thank you for, if you made it this far, thank you very much. And we are back, guys. This is wrong of me to keep saying this, but we are loving this show. It really is a treat watching. So if you made it this far, can I just express my most utmost gratitude and thank you for kicking it with me on another journey. So there are some characters that shine brightly. And honestly, a lot of the characters really do shine brightly. Grim, he'd be cracking me up with that. Oh, there's funny about. I love when he says it. I can't do it as good as he does, but just his aggression, his anger. I love how, in ways he's so dedicated to, getting some justice and doing some good, work. And, Fowler has a way of just kind of, just interrupting his plans. And when you see that happen, it's awesome. Even when they were just coming out of the car, they got the lights on, and he's ready. He's all right. He's about to go, bust some, hooligans, and he's going and he's going, ding dong. He's so polite, man. So polite. So, it's nice seeing. He's hilarious. Goody. What can't we say? What can we not say? This guy's awesome, man. He's funny. And every time, Fowler's talking to him, he's lost. He's like me in many ways. And you could just tell when he was like, yeah, you're going to have a story to tell. You could see the confusion in Goody's face. He's like, uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, sir, yeah, what story I got to say? So, great job. So, in this episode, you have a little bit of a realness. We haven't seen that, I guess, that level in the show yet. Where you got the kid pretty much saying racist remarks and stuff like that, and I'm obviously Goody was going to get reprimanded or in trouble with the outcome and stuff like that, but because we know how much he feels about Maggie, rightfully so, he has a thing for her. I'm kind of glad that he did do something, and that could be perceived as wrong. But I'm happy he stood up for her anyway, minus the circumstance that, in that situation, these are split second decisions. You don't it could be a big mistake, or it could be a good mistake, a good mistake. So in this case, when you have Fowler who's by the book, and Maggie is pretty much defending him, for standing up for her, you got Fowler that's by the book, but in some small way, came up with a plan, surfaced, and the delinquent's mom was hitting. So, he used his power in a sense, and at least Goody gets off the, without getting really in trouble. So, because he meant well. But a lot of times like in life, you can mean well and you still get in trouble and shit like that. So there's a realness to it. There's a lot of truth to it. Yeah. So, the guy was saying that shit, and, Maggie, had to keep her composure in the situation. So, in the episode itself, she handled it to the best of her abilities and stuff like that. Cause, this is real in the sense that, racist shit happens. People say racist things towards other people. So, yeah, quite a little bit of realness to it. But, God, plenty of freaking humor that goes with this episode. You have the delinquents there, this camping trip. And I'll be honest with you guys, we didn't pick up on the chick, when she knocked on the door to go to whatever, the boyfriend or whatever, in the party. We did not pick up that she dropped off a kid. So that, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pick up on that. So it only registered what happened as the story progressed. So, I guess either we missed it, or I didn't. I couldn't read the signs. Sometimes we can't read all the signs that are going on in here. So one thing that was really funny too for me is when Fowler's coming out in his camping gear and shit like that. It just, I don't, it's not that he's funny looking or anything like that, nothing like that. It's just, he just has a way of making even simple scenes just hilarious to me. So, Grim, excellent on this episode. Maggie, seeing a little bit of a fight in her. Goody. And Patricia, what's not to love about her? She was getting massively attached to that baby, so much that she was buying these little socks and shit like that. So we'll see what's in store. She's hinting small little things, and I just love when she smacked him with the fish, the tail of the fish. That shit was hilarious. So one thing that's really cool on the show, I love the bickering and the almost fighting between Fowler and his wife. It's a sight to behold. It's great. It's awesome, and I just think that the show is very funny. I'm loving the stories that are going on here, these adventures that they're going on here. So I'm engaged. I'm entertained. I'm having a great time, and all I can hope is that you all are having a great time as well. Again, if you made it this far, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just thank you for checking out the content. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that red subscribe button down below. Put on notifications so you get notified when things go up on the channel. And we will see you guys the next time. So thank you so much for your love and support. See you soon. Peace and love. Peace.